Guys, Pete here, N6QW, and I wanted to share this morning some work that I had been doing, and this is just initial work. First of, this is a 20 by 4 a green LCD display, and I want to point out two things. One is this completely filled in a 5 by 8 block, 5 by 7. That block doesn't exist on your typewriter when you're putting code in to put various things in here. So it was a process of learning how to create custom code for a custom character. And there's actually a link on the internet, and I'll include that when I upload this video to the blog. It has the array matrix, and you just pick the blocks that you want filled in. In this case, I filled every one of them in. You pick the blocks that you want to fill in, and then it gives you the binary code that you need to include in your Arduino sketch to create this single block right here, this filled in block. So then I said, why can't I use that as a bar indicator? In this case, it's just a moving dot in conjunction with an S meter, which you see in the lower part. And essentially, there's code in the sketch that reads the voltage on one of the analog pins, and then it does some math manipulation. It multiplies it, takes a log, and essentially whatever that value is, that's the value that you plug in for the x-axis for the display. So you say read the value, manipulate that value, take the absolute value so you get an integer number, and then what you do is display that. So there's a little different command. Normally when you display the letters, you say LCD dot print or print line, and then you give the coordinates. You set the cursor first, then you give the coordinates of where you want it to print, and then you tell them in parentheses mark what you want to print. So it's either the frequency readout or other data, such as a matter of fact, if we look at this, it's kind of cool. You can put a splash screen on this. I'm going to show you the splash screen. There you go. And so then it reverts to the numbers. And what I did is it uses a different command. Instead of LCD print, it says LCD write. And essentially you write the character. And the characters you can number sequentially from like first character is 0, second one is 1, what have you. So you can have the custom characters. And essentially, that voltage reading that's taking place, it's turned into a numeric, and then whatever that numeric is, it says printed on the screen. So you see it moving around here. And by the way, I don't do this continuously. I have code in there that only samples that pin every so often. So you'll see that you don't have to keep updating it every time through the loop. You can do once every 10th time through the loop or once every 20th time, so you don't get this rapid movement across the screen. There'd be another way too, with a little more exhaustive coding. Instead of just printing that value or writing that value onto the screen, is what you would do is you'd be able to create a whole series of bars, say starting someplace over here, and then it's a full bar length. But I think for now, just having it flash on the screen in relationship to the signal level is a major accomplishment. So two things we did. One, we learned how to make custom characters, and in this case I just filled it in. And the second thing is how to take that value of that custom character by doing the math manipulation, say wherever that number is, print that custom character on the bottom line. So this offers some very unique possibilities and opportunities, especially with the video that I have currently out on YouTube called the single board rig or single board radio. There's about 4 spaces up here in this area, and you could put you could have a little discrimination that says if the signal is between S0 and S2, light up the first block. If it's between S2 and S5, light up the second block. If it's between S5 and S9, light up the third block. And if it's between above S9, light up the fourth block. So with 4 blocks, you'd get a relative gradation of the level of the signal strength. So this is a little fun with creating custom characters like we've done right up here, and then to display that custom character. So this is Pete, N6QW, riding along.